Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with the day, the crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT, and yes, we're going to be talking about why, how, and when QNT to 10K is inevitable, right? So overall, sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. And also, if you do find the information in this video valuable, maybe you find it interesting and you want to see more, definitely consider subscribing and turning notifications on to never miss a future update. Now, of course, we are seeing Bitcoin have a little bit of a sell-off, which is totally fine. It's expected. Today is Monday, so we are going to be seeing the indices open in about an hour or so. I'm going to be watching these three specifically for some downward trend. That is why I told you guys over the weekend, even going into Friday and Thursday, I live streamed both of those days specifically to tell you guys and update you guys. Listen, stop buying the dip. Do not buy the dip. I know that it's enticing to always buy every single dip. I know it's enticing to pretty much buy when everybody's telling you to on Twitter, but do not do that. Wait until you see the validation. Wait until everything is playing a big key role. Mondays are usually the days that you kind of want to look at. Mondays and also sometimes even going into Friday. Because right now, currently, we are seeing a lot of downward trend on, pretty much QNT. We have seen that we lost already almost $10 in value in just like the short amount of like an hour. So, definitely pay attention to when we do see stuff like this. Of course, I'm not buying QNT until we hit about $1, or not $1, $150. I do believe that we're currently in this nice accumulation zone anyways, though, for a long-term hold. If you guys are long-term holders, I myself am as well. Do I feel like buying right now? Not really. I've accumulated a lot at around these ranges, so I'm totally fine buying, if we do go lower. We continue to see the holders tab, though, increasing. Of course, it's because people understand how huge QNT is going to be. And I just want to put it into perspective real quick. Here is QNT at $10,000. We'd have about a market cap of $134.1 billion, which is absolutely nothing in this market. Almost at all of the all-time highs that we were at on a lot of altcoins that are in the top 10. Most of them have scratched the surface of almost $100 billion in market cap anyways. This would be about a 59x, and we are going to be talking about why this is possible. So let's just jump in and let's talk about QNT. Let's specifically talk about interoperability first, though. So, of course, we are seeing Oracle tokens turn bullish as blockchain projects focus on interoperability. Oracle projects like Link, Band, and TRB are seeing bullish momentum as crypto startups intensify their focus on interoperability in 2022. We know that interoperability in general is a huge focus point. We know that the Internet of Value can pretty much not be anything, without interoperability. It needs it. A lot of this technology at scale in terms of mass adoption is going to rely on interoperability. So when we're talking about trillions of dollars moving over this network, yeah, it sounds enticing. Like, for an example, if somebody told you, hey, XRP is going after a $155 trillion cross-border market, what would you say? Would you say, oh, well, that's cool? Or would you be like, okay, well, is it going to be the only DLT asset to be, pretty much adopted in for those payments? No, it's not. So when you're looking at specific networks, say for so you have 1, 2, maybe 5 networks all focused on one specific market, which is totally fine, and I do believe that there's enough money for them to all eat, a pretty good, sum. Those 5 networks need to be able to gossip with one another. That is why interoperability is such a massive key to unlock the treasure chest. So in terms of QNT in general, all right, I always put it at the highest tier of my holdings because a lot of people, like I've seen a few individuals out there FUD on QNT or like call it like mid or, oh, hey, QNT is just an average coin. It's not. Okay, people called Link an average coin, but we quickly found out that Link is a link. It's linking pretty much everything together. So if we're talking about, these networks at scale being utilized, like first off, yeah, right now, is there better ROI in this market currently? Yes, because we're not in a utility-driven market yet. In a utility-driven market, which I do suspect is going to happen by around the 2025 timeframe, and once these networks, once these major assets are being utilized properly, aka QNT, this is going to easily skyrocket. First off, I do believe that Q&T could easily hit $10,000 per fairly fast. I think that that could happen within the next year or even two. I also do believe that when we're talking about 2025, I believe that Q&T around that point is going to easily be $20,000. I also think that by that point we could also see even a $50,000 Q&T, aka 298x from our current levels, and also a $670.7 billion market cap. We're talking about, at scale, crypto in general is going to be worth a $200 billion market cap. Or a $200 trillion market cap, sorry. So if we're talking about crypto in general being worth $200 trillion, and then we're looking at Q&T, being worth $670 billion, that's nothing. Now, of course, we're talking more so about crypto by the end of like 2030, like around that point being worth $200 trillion as a whole, market. But I don't think that there's going to be that many assets in the space anyways. Right now we have 16,000 assets, but once regulations are in the space, I don't think that there's going to be that many. I think that there's going to be maybe 1,000. Okay? So if there's 1,000 tokens, and say for so they all each have a large portion of that $200 trillion market, okay, that would mean that they would all have to have around $200 billion in market cap. But I don't think that they will all have 200 billion, because similar to right now, a lot of the top 10 hold the most amount of money. In fact, Bitcoin currently holds a large amount of the total market cap currently. But in general, when we're talking about Q&T, I do think that the future is extremely bright because of interoperability being the main focus point in general from a lot of these financial institutions. In fact, we do see here in 2022, the interoperability of the blockchain will be the star, says JP Morgan. What will happen in 2022 in the crypto market? Well, first off, NFTs are definitely going to be a huge portion of it, even though they were a huge portion in 2021. But I do believe that 2022 could definitely be the year of a lot of these networks to be adopted in, integrated in, but we're still going to need that interoperability layer. Interoperability in general is going to be huge because we know tokenization is pretty much ramping up right now. We know tokenization is taking over. But without interoperability, a lot of these use cases that we're seeing on a day-to-day basis come out in this market are not going to be fundamentally useful or viable. We even see here, interoperability is fundamental to blockchain's future. We know this. We know that interoperability is the key layer for all of these. We even see up here, mass adoption will be more likely in the future of interconnected blockchains. Mass adoption, once interoperability is fully founded, which we already know that it's pretty much here, is going to take over at a rapid pace. We even see here, Q&T is light years ahead of the crypto game. Some new multi-chain solutions are coming 3+ years after Overledger. Those are basic. Q&T has been building next-gen tech on top of Overledger for years. Multi-ledger tokens, interchange, 23+ microservices, and general MDApps for whole industries. We even see down here, right? First, sorry, I don't know why it scrolled that fast. Firstly, it was interoperability. Now it's focused on multi-chain. Sounds familiar? Perhaps it's because Gilbert Verdian stated the need for both of these since Quant's inception. Security and scalability all within one product. And of course, we are seeing that here. We're building Overledger, which is an operating system to build multi-chain decentralized apps. Part of this includes treaty contracts to enable the execution and transferability of smart contracts across chains. Of course, we do see, maps, pretty much multi-chain applications. And of course, we are seeing this from January 7th. As told by Buterin, the future of crypto will be multi-chain, not cross-chain, due to potentially massive security flaws with the latter. And that's why we are seeing multi-chain being more focused on currently, even from Q&T's standpoint. And we do see here, I believe Gilbert Verdian understands the large financial institutions and their needs from the inside. And this being what separates Quant from other projects, a programmer, security expert with experience from huge institutions. Even in the case of Ripple, he met them first in 2013 and they were working with Westpac. And he saw the issues they had connecting with the bank systems. Perhaps in Ripple, You had software guys who didn't really know how the banks operated. Overledger is making it seamless for banks and enterprises to connect their existing systems with blockchain DLT following regulations and adhere to high security standards. Gilbert Verdian likely understands both worlds of programming, security, and how large enterprise functions, given him a unique experience. And I do think that that is the case. I mean, honestly, if you look at Gilbert Verdian's resume, again, similar to XDC or Zinfin when you're talking about, Andre, sorry. Listen, when we're talking about these resumes of some of these major higher up individuals that are working on a lot of these projects, and I didn't mean Andre, sorry. I don't know why I say Andre. It's weird. But anyways, in terms of these CEOs and how far and long their resumes stretch back to and the massive names that they were working under, it tells you where you are headed. Quant in general is massive with direct connections to Rockefeller, pretty much capital funds. Things like that is what entices me to be a long-term holder, knowing how large this asset is going to be. We even see here 2022 and beyond will be the years of interoperability. Many quality interoperability coins will outperform the market with QNT as the ultimate. And what vision? The years of reaping is upon us. Sit tight. And we also see here the mass adoption of blockchain is coming. With it soon comes the realization that interoperability is the holy grail. Crazy to think that since 2015, Quant Network has been working to solve a problem that would only become relevant in 2021 to 2022. Incredible vision, QNT. And we even see down here, also love the strategic trifecta of interoperability. We do see this, strategic partnerships linking QNT, internet for automation, or oracleizing big data as well. I mean, listen, when we're talking about these direct connections, interoperability is going to be playing such a massive role that you can't even put a price on it. Like, I see QNT, okay? Just in general, if we were at a $1 trillion market cap, which I always like to do $1 trillion market caps for these, because I think that at the bare minimum, these all will have a $1 trillion market cap in general. And I honestly see this at this price, and at a 445x, which a lot of people are probably going to look at this and laugh. It is what it is, right? Go ahead, do that. Everybody laughed about Bitcoin being worth $1,000 at some point in time. They laughed at it when somebody said it's going to be worth $10,000. They laughed about it when somebody said that it would be $100,000 too. Trust me, it's going to go there. It's going to get there. And in general, for crypto adoption and crypto to go real mainstream, it's going to be needed to be integrated to major systems and be utilized on a day-to-day scale. Interoperability is that key layer, the holy grail, if you will, that connects all of it to one. QNT is a massive name. We even see here, please stop caring about short-term prices. If you have the patience to hold your bag for at least 3 to 5 years, you will definitely make it. QNT easy 50x, VXV easy 30x, AOBT 40x, and so on. And I do completely agree with this. Long-term, it is truly the key. You want to really hold long-term because when we're talking about how massive these assets will be, in 3, 5 years, 5 years down the road, 2027, man, I honestly can't even fathom how massive this asset class will be. But it truly is the truth. These assets are massive in terms of the financial freedom that they could deliver. I'm telling you, when we're talking about QNT, look at some of these comparisons. I mean, if QNT had the market cap of Polkadot, a 10x, that's just Polkadot in general, right? Like, some of these assets that we compare QNT to, they don't even come close. Not even close. Like, I do completely agree with this. Someone will say that this is impossible. I say that this is inevitable. I also say that QNT at $10,000 is inevitable. If we had Binance, coins market cap, $5,300. Come on, a 31x. QNT is coming. QNT is inevitable. And I just want you all to pay attention to what QNT is building and why interoperability is so important. Read all about it. Do as much research as you possibly can, because guess what? Those who adopted Bitcoin early on, they seen, the potential behind it. They still see the potential behind it. They have prospered. They have created generational wealth. You could do the same easily by investing into the next big thing. Interoperability is going to be huge. We already know that tokenization, digitization has taken over, but without interoperability, it means nothing. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are. And this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.